Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gentle Stretch Yoga with Melody. To start, it's going to be about a half an hour class. A really nice class to do really at any time of day, but especially at night to relax you before you go to bed, or during the day if you just need to breathe and move and relax. So a couple things I would suggest having is a couple props to support you during your practice. So you can have, if you have yoga blocks, you can use yoga blocks and they're ideal, but you could also just use a thick book or even cans, something that you can support your hands on, or a couple books stacked up for most of you at home. And then you can also just use a pillow from your couch, works great to support you, or if you have a yoga bolster, and also a blanket underneath your knees if you have sensitive knees, or to sit up on. So we're going to start in a cross-legged position. Sukhasana, easy pose, something nice and comfortable, and just make sure that you have enough space. I'm going to move these props so that I have some space to stretch out. And then I'm just going to pull my glutes out from underneath me so I can ground down through my sit bones. My palms, I'm going to rest on the tops of my knees. And maybe just rock from side to side a little bit first. Just grounding down, feeling the ground underneath you. And then coming back to neutral, you want to lengthen through the spine, growing tall through the crown of the head. And then you can close the eyes. When you close the eyes, you can begin to find deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Beginning to come into a more mindful breath, bringing conscious awareness to the breath. As long as you don't have any issues breathing through your nose, I suggest slightly and gently bringing the lips together so that your inhales and exhales begin to deepen in through the nose and out through the nose. The reason we do this is the filters in the nose that we don't have in the mouth. So you're able to find a more cleansing and detoxifying breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And take about 5 deep breaths here. Feeling the palms press into the knees. Lengthening through the spine, through the crown of the head, as you ground down through the sit bones. Starting to come into a deeper breath, expanding into the lungs and heart space, breathing into the belly, feeling everything expand. Maybe you bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly. And now you can feel the physical movements, these subtle movements as you breathe. So as you take a big inhale, breathing into the heart space, breathing into the belly. And then on the exhale, just drawing everything in, contracting the lower rib cage, feeling the heart, the hand, feeling the lungs contract. And again, big inhale. And exhale. And try to make the exhales longer than the inhales, just by maybe a 1 or 2 count. On the exhale, Drawing everything into the center of the body, feeling that energy drawn. Notice where you are. Notice where you are physically in your body tonight or today. Notice where you are mentally. Every day we are different. Every day we feel different. So taking all of this information, it's like an assessment, a self-assessment. It's really important in our yoga practice that we create awareness, self-awareness. And then from here, we can set an intention for our practice as we continue to find this deep breath. Setting an intention, this is your guiding principle through your yoga practice. It's what you need from your yoga tonight. And just breathe it in, sip in that intention, and it will come to you. It usually comes to you pretty quickly. What do I need from my yoga practice? And throughout the practice, I will remind you at times to come back to your intention and notice if you are allowing it to guide you through your practice. Let's take a couple cleansing open mouth exhales, beginning to connect breath to the movement. So inhale, arms up overhead on the inhale. Extend through the fingertips, maybe gaze up. And then open mouth exhale as you bring the hands to the heart. Pressing the thumbs into the heart center, rounding down through the sit bones. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Gaze up at the fingertips, lengthen through the sides of the body. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Pressing the thumbs into that heart center. Last one. Inhale, sweep it up. And release. Maybe stick out the tongue, side. Beautiful. Let's inhale, arms up. And then just take a gentle twist over to the right. So right hand presses into the earth behind you, left hand to the right thigh. Take a big inhale, straighten through that back arm, lift up through the crown of the head. And then exhale, twist into the mid-back, twist into the belly. And maybe begin to gaze over the right shoulder. It's okay on your neck. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale. Twist a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms back up to center, gaze up. Find that length, always on the inhale, and then exhale, take it to the other side, twisting to the left. Left hand presses into the earth, close to the sacrum. Right hand to the left knee or thigh. Take an inhale, press that ground away, lift up through the crown of the head. And then exhale and twist, peeling open that left shoulder, allowing the gaze to follow the shoulder back, twisting into the belly, into the mid-back. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale, twist a little deeper. And inhale, bring the arms back up. Good, and hands come back to the knees, palms down. And start to get into the neck, so close the eyes. Inhale and imagine two strings connected to the tops of the ears, pulling the crown of the head out of the neck. And then on the exhale, think length, not crank, as you bring the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Again, take your time here. Be gentle on the neck. Take another inhale. And exhale and release that left shoulder away. Really getting into the left side of the neck. Nice lateral stretch here. Again, we've done a lot of damage to our neck over time, so be gentle on it. Notice if your chin is coming forward slightly, try to press the back of the head back behind you so that the head is right over the shoulders, and maybe you start to walk those left fingers out to the side, and then you begin to sweep that left arm up, lengthening the left fingertips towards the left side of the room. Now the arm doesn't have to come above the shoulder here. Take another inhale, find a little bit more length, that radial nerve stretch on the left side. And then exhale, release the left hand back down to the knee, right hand to the right cheek, and inhale the head back to center. Take an inhale and exhale here. And take it to the other side. Take another inhale. Again, imagine those two strings connected to the tops of the ears, pulling the head out of the neck. And then exhale again, nice and gentle. Make sure that the head is right over the shoulders and you're not rounding forward with the chin. And begin to bring that left ear over towards the left shoulder. You can walk the right fingertips out once again. Keep finding that deep quality of breath. And this is a great move to do anytime during the day, especially if you're in front of your computer a lot and you're working from home. Maybe you don't have the most ergonomic setup. This is going to find extension in the neck. And do it in a really gentle and safe way. Take one more inhale here. Good. Bring the right hand back to the right knee. Left hand presses into the left cheek to bring the head back to neutral. Good. Find a grounding breath here. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Let's take some big exaggerated shoulder shrugs. So the slower you go about this, the better. Inhale those shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, pull the shoulder blades back. Draw those elbows back and pull the knees in towards you, squeezing the scapula together. Good, 2 more times. Nice and slow, really feeling into this inhale. Shoulders up towards the ears, exaggerate the motion. And then exhale, pull those shoulder blades back, drawing the elbows down and feeling shoulder blades begin to release down the back like a waterfall. One more time. Inhale it up. And exhale and draw it back. Squeeze the scapula together. Feel those muscles working. Pull the elbows down. Really nice. And then inhale, arms up. And we'll just take it a couple times with the arms extended out. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Just releasing any tension. One more time. And pull those arms back. Lift out through the heart, lift the chin. Good. Bring the palms back down to the knees, and now we're going to round it out. Chin to chest. Pressing that thoracic spine away from you. And then inhale, press the palms into the knees, lift the heart, lift the chin. And again, rounding. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine. Chin into the chest, arms as straight as you can. Feeling as if that thoracic spine could kiss the back of the room. Good, and starting to find your own wave, your own rhythm. Going back and forth a few more times. Starting to unwind the vertebrae of the spine. As I lift the heart, I pull the knees towards me, bend the elbows, gaze up. Feel that arch in the back. And then exhale and round, draw it in. Good, last one. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Good, lifting up through the crown of the head. Let's just walk the hands forward. This is a perfect time to maybe use any of your props. I use a lot of props right now. I'm a little over 8 months pregnant, so I'm going to be modifying with props throughout my practice, but especially in a gentle practice. Always nice to use your props to support you in your practice. And just kind of pump up and down a little bit here. Folding forward over the legs. Taking your first forward fold, allowing the heart and head to surrender towards the floor or towards the props. Take a breath into the back body here. Breathe into the entire back body. And open the mouth, exhale. Good, let's walk the hands back towards us. And we're gonna come into tabletop. So again, if you have sensitive knees at all, I highly recommend having a blanket underneath your knees. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, pressing into the thumbs and index fingers, and knees right under the hips. Good. Let's start with our cow cat. So inhaling, lifting the heart, lifting the chin, drop that belly, spread through the sit bones. And exhale, push the ground away. Good. Lengthening the tailbone, drawing that navel in and chin to chest. Again, inhale, bend into the elbows, slide the heart through, leading from the heart, lift the chin. And exhale, draw it back. And you can stay doing this fluid movement, unwinding the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, or you can start to take it into a more fluid and flowy cat and cow. I'll show it to you this way so you can see it. Good. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin. And then exhale, as you press the ground away, you sink the hips back to the heels. On the inhale, sliding forward, like you're sliding into cobra, leading from the heart, the slithery snake motion. You flow back into your cow. And then on the exhale, you're going to draw it in again. Chin to chest, push the ground away, sink the hips back to the heels, and inhale, slide it back forward. And continuing like this. Finding this beautiful fluid motion, your own rhythm. You can stay, or you can start to move in a way that feels good, maybe sweeping one arm up, or moving into more of a figure 8 type of motion, really getting into the mobility of the spine, releasing the neck. I like to sometimes sweep my arms up, begin to open them up. Just tune in. This is where I feel like the real yoga happens, when we connect, when we come back to our intention, when we ask ourselves, what do we need from our yoga practice? And then we move into that place with the freedom, with joy. When we start to think of movement as joy, as opening, as creating spaciousness in the body. Beautiful. Coming back to your neutral spine, let's just get into the wrists a little bit. So Let's sit back on the heels for a moment, extending the arms out in front of us. Let's shake the wrists out. So just from side to side for a couple breaths. And then forward and back. Good. Plant the hands and getting into the wrists even more. You're going to start to walk your fingertips out to the outside edges of your mat, and you can stay here if this is enough already on your wrists, or you can start to walk those fingertips back behind you into, if this is 12 o'clock, then you're now at 6 o'clock with those fingers. And I like to just start by gently rocking forward and back and sort of seeing where my wrists are tonight. And if I'm feeling pretty open in the heels of the wrists, I'll sink it all the way back. Hips come towards the heels, stretching out the backs of the wrists. And I'll inhale, I'll come forward, and then exhale. And again, sink my hips back to my heels, relax the head. One last one, maybe with an open mouth. Exhale this time. Inhale, rocking forward, and opening the mouth. Exhale. Good. Sit back on the heels, and again, just shake out those wrists. Release any tension. So good, again, when we're at our computers all day and we're texting and on our phones. Really good here. Bring your hands into fists and then just circle the wrists in one direction. And then the other. Good. Let's get into the feet now. Again, I'm going to show this to you from the side. This is everyone's favorite pose. You're going to tuck the toes, sit back on your heels. Now, you don't have to adjust and come sideways like me. I'm just doing this to show it to you a little bit better and to give you a really good shot of my belly. Good. Now, once you're here, you really want to tuck those pinky toes underneath you as well. Draw the shoulders back. Press the palms into the thighs, and we're going to hold this for about 5 deep breaths, breathing into the backs of the feet, into the fascia. Take an inhale in through the nose with me, and exhale. And continue like this, finding that deep quality of breath, noticing that the bottoms of your feet, especially if you have any feet issues, if you're a runner, if you wear heels, this could start to scream at you. Your feet could scream at you really quickly. So really try to find that deep breath. Know that discomfort is temporary. Try to stay with it. Sometimes we need to confront our discomfort. Breathe into it. And it may release. You may be able to let it go instead of running away from it. Take one more deep breath. Open the mouth, exhale. Release the hands, release the tops of the feet, and tap them on the floor. This is like the best feeling after a pretty uncomfortable feeling. Take another inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. And just let it go. Let out anything that doesn't serve you. Good. And then we're going to come up onto our knees. Good. So again, have a blanket underneath if you have any sensitivity. And I'll come back a little bit so you can see me. Good. We're going to come into a little flow here. So you're going to extend your right leg out to the side, turning the right toes slightly in. Good. And then inhale, arms up overhead. Good, and exhale, slide the right hand down the right leg. Inhale, left arm up and over the left ear. Releasing the right ear towards the right shoulder. Lengthening the left fingertips towards the right side of the room. Peeling open that left armpit. Good. Inhale, sweeping the arms back up. We're going to find a supported side plank. So pressing the left hand into the earth, extending the right arm up, and maybe up and over the right ear. Allowing the head to relax or gazing up. Depends on how your neck feels. Good, inhale, sweep everything back up. Strong foundation in that left knee and pressing into the outer edge of that right foot. Let's find gate pose again. Slide the right hand down the right leg. Inhale, left arm up and over. Good, inhale, back up. Gaze up, grow long through the sides of the body. And then exhale, left hand plants down. Inhale, right arm up and over the right ear and feel that extension. The outside edge of the right foot through the right fingertips. Good. Sweep everything forward. Plant the hands in front of you. Inhale, cow. And exhale. Press the ground away. Navel into the spine, chin to the chest. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale with that right leg still extended, lengthening, lifting up through the heart space. And then exhale, draw it back. Good, inhale, come back to a neutral spine. You're gonna bend the right knee, bring that right ankle right under that right knee and turn the toes out, good. So you're in like a half squat here. Good, and then you might wanna have some sort of prop to boost you up a little bit here. Or another suggestion, if you're feeling a little bit more open in that right hip, is to come down and onto the forearms. You can just rock from side to side. This is half malasana or half squat. And it's preparing you for full squat in a really gentle way. It's opening up a lot of things. The pelvic floor, the inside of that right thigh. So I like to just feel into this, be a detective in my own body here. Maybe lifting so I'm not gripping in the toes. And just circling the hips or rocking forward and back if it feels good. Some days I like to have my arms more extended in front of me. Other days I like to be on my forearms. So taking a couple breaths into this and just finding your own flow and what feels good. As you open up the pelvic floor, open up the insides of those hips and thighs. Good. And then we're going to bring that right knee back to meet the left. And staying here in our tabletop, just stretching that right leg out behind us now. So extending that right leg, tuck the toes. And just rock forward and back and breathe into that right calf, into the back of the right thigh. Drawing the navel into the spine, strong core here. Take an inhale in through the nose. And open the mouth, exhale. Bring the right knee back to meet the left. Hands come to the hips, lift up through the crown of the head. Good. And now let's extend the left leg out to the side. So same thing, other side. Good. Turn those left toes slightly and really press into the outer edge of that left foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. So finding gate pose once again. Exhale, slide the left hand down the left leg, right arm up and over the right ear. Extending the right fingertips towards the left side of the room. Good. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Let's inhale, left arm up and over the ear and lengthening the left fingertips towards the left side of the room now. Using that right leg and right knee like a kickstand to support you, pushing the ground away with the right hand. Take one more inhale here, find that extension. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale. Take it back into gate. One more time. Nice and deep, peeling open that right armpit. Good. And then flowing into supported Vashisthasana. Side plank, extending through the left fingertips and feeling that extension all the way from the foot through the fingertips. Good. Sweep that hand down to the ground. Good. And then inhale, lift up through the heart space. And exhale, push it away. Keep that left leg extended, pressing into the outer edge of that left foot. As you just move through a few cat-cows here. Beautiful. Turning the left toes out. You can gaze at your left foot. To do this, slide the left heel in. Goes right underneath that left knee. And we're going to find this half malasana on the other side. So again, just starting to kind of feel into this, being your own detective. I'm going to come down to my forearms, interlace the fingers. Are you with me with the breath? Are you moving with the breath? Can you let your head relax? And when we open up the mouth and the jaw, we open up our hips. So take an inhale in through the nose with me. And flutter those lips. Relax the head, let it go. And then start to rise back up. Bring that left knee back in to meet the right and extend the left leg back behind you. Again, tuck those toes into the floor and then just rock forward and back. You can keep your hands on a prop or just bring them back down to the floor underneath the shoulders. Rocking forward and back, breathing into the left calves especially. Sometimes we don't notice how tight our calves are until we do this pose and we realize that our calves can be just as tight as our hamstrings, and it's really important we stretch them out. If we have tight calves, that can lead to injury like plantar fasciitis, especially if we're runners or walkers, or we're on our feet a lot. One more breath here. Beautiful. And let's come back down into seated. One more stretch before we make our way onto the floor for a final resting pose. So let's bring the legs out nice and wide. We've opened up the hips a little bit, opened up the legs. So let's come into this wide-legged forward fold. And this is really a testament that you don't need a lot of space to do yoga. I'm just in our front office room here. Good. I like to start. So a couple important things about this pose is to bring your hands behind you, fingertips pointed away, pressing the hands into the earth, lifting the chin, lifting the heart, peeling those toes back. So you're really opening up through the inner thighs and finding that external rotation. And you can stay here. This is a really nice stretch, and this might be where you are. If you'd like to take it further, you can begin to walk the hands out in front of you. And this is where it's great to have a pillow, something supporting you, you can lean on, or you can have on the floor with additional blocks or books or more pillows supporting the head. So as you walk forward, I like to actually rest my chin. What this does is it keeps my spine nice and long, so I'm not rounding in the upper back and mid-back. Closing the eyes here. Once you're in the deepest fold you want to take for the time being, you can allow the hands and arms to relax. But keep the feet active, turning those toes out. Keep breathing into the insides of the legs, into the lower back, and even the upper glutes, those outer hips. If you're rounding here, you're just doing more damage to what you already do every day when you round in your car or in front of your computer. So really try to keep your spine long, even if you don't go down very far. Find that deep breath. Find 5 more deep breaths here. Allow yourself to soften and surrender. Just like in life, in yoga, we're always trying to find that balance between where we bring effort into our practice and where we bring surrender. One more deep breath. One more big exhale. And let's start to walk back up. And let's come on to the floor for our final Shavasana, resting pose. So I like to just come onto my side first in supportive fetal position. If you would like at this point to turn off the lights or put on a sweatshirt or wrap a blanket around you so you stay warm. Take you a couple moments in a supportive fetal pose. Allowing the head to rest comfortably, be cradled by the right arm. Pausing here for a moment to thank yourself for this gift of yoga. For taking this time to connect your breath to your body to your mind, and your mind to your spirit. And then just rolling onto your back for Shavasana, allowing yourself to fully rest. And Shavasana is important, so try to give yourself at least 5 minutes in Shavasana. Coming onto your back, allowing your arms and legs to splay open. Your palms are up. Your arms and legs are heavy, and everything starts to become heavy. Your head, your hips, your eyelids. Relaxing the muscles of the face. The tongue rests on the roof of the mouth, the lips can gently open, and you allow your breath to now feel effortless. No more effort brought to the breath. Start to just sink into your mat, like you're one with the earth underneath you. and enjoy this final resting pose. Take a moment to notice if you feel any differently than when you first started the practice. And enjoy the spaciousness, the warmth, the flow of prana and vitality you've created in your body. And then let yourself fully surrender into your Shavasana for as long as you can. I'm going to leave you now. Thank you all so much. The light in me sees and honors the light in all of you. Namaste.